walking like 10 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Messing with them, man.
Lose weight in your wallet, too, when you're in Disneyland. They cost money for everything.
All right. Shoot.
Get out in LA more often. They be like, Dad, where you going? I gotta go to LA. No, we don't want you to go. You like Disney World? Have a safe trip, Dad.
All right. Spice, take 2. All right, so we had technical difficulty.
And we're back.
We're back. Shout out to Josh. I miss you, man. So you got drafted during a commercial break.
On a commercial break. Chris Berman, back. I don't even hear my name, man. It was
So
crazy.
how did you know you got drafted? Did you see your name on the ticker?
I saw my name on the bottom line. You know how it goes, like, on
Yeah.
the ticker, like you said. And I was talking to the GM who was actually the GM. But I hung up on him at first.
Because
I thought it was my homeboy.
Oh,
Man.
wow.
So, yeah, Terry Donahue, who was the GM at the time, he called and said, hey, this is Terry Donahue at San Francisco 49ers. I'm on the phone like, yeah, all right, Mark. Whatever, dog. Hang the phone up.
Crazy boy.
I'm like, this dude crazy, man. Mark, man, be hitting me up like this dude. So he called me right back. He said, hey, this is Terry Donahue of San Francisco 49ers. This is really happening. I was like, what? So they flew me out the next day. I didn't have a suit or nothing because I had all workout gear, whatever. So
You
I
have
had
a
to-
suit?
I had to go to the mall and buy like some regular like Dockers, but like some slacks or whatever. And I got my defensive lineman coach. I got his suit jacket.
You had a makeshift suit?
Listen, I would love to see that suit from when I got drafted. Bro. It was very bad. And I'm holding up my jersey and everything. Like, I had the worst suit ever.
So I always wondered, like, when you get drafted and they have that call, how quick do you go? Because they be, like, in that city the next day.
Yeah.
Do they send you a
go the
ticket,
next
like...
day. Early in the morning, that next day.
So did you feel like, okay, so was that the moment you felt like you were in the league? Was it when your first practice, your first game? Like, what's the moment when you're like, dang, I'm in the NFL?
How about that first paycheck?
The first paycheck did you work too?
Oh, yeah. When you get that thing, boy. I used to call Bank of America, like, just to hear the lady say, yes,
What?
oh! Let me call that back. So, oh!
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Man, it's like, Ma, get what you want. Get what you want. Get cheese on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we want extra cheese.
Cheese on that,
Yeah,
yeah. We here now.
Yeah, man, it was a beautiful thing, bro.
So that
Definitely
first
a
check
blessing.
was your bank account, like, where were you at bank account wise? And where were you at when you got that check?
Bank account? I didn't even have a bank account.
Shoebox under the bed.
Doughboy America.
I
Doughboy
didn't
had a
even have a
mattress.
bank account, bro.
You
Yeah,
ain't had no
put
bank
it under the mat. Nah, bro.
So how do you
I
even
got
cast-
it when I had to get a bank account to put the check in.
Did you take that check to the bank?
Yes.
They were like, hold on, sir. Come here. We got to talk to you in a special room.
Yeah, I was there longer than I needed to be.
He went there to
I had
cash
no
and they was like,
idea
sir,
what
you
you're
need to
talking
sit
about.
down. We can't give you.
The only reason why I knew like how to write checks is because when I was in college, I was the treasurer of my fraternity at the time. So that's the only reason I knew like how to write
How did
checks.
you become a
How
treasurer?
you the treasurer with no
How did
bank
you of all
account?
people become?
It was only.
We'll trust Spice. Where's your bank account?
I don't have one.
I had to learn, man. It was only 2 of us. It was me and my line brother, man. That's it, bro. So we had to do everything, bro. So that's the only reason I knew like how to write checks.
Let me ask you this, and excuse me if I'm skipping the format because I know you're going in that story. type of
My
form.
questions are on my phone, so we just
Okay.
go.
All right,
But it's
so
our boy.
I got it. Yes,
Right,
bro.
it's your boy.
How did you manage to not go broke, being so rich? Because we see so many athletes kind of squander their fortunes. How, like, were there different decisions you made to invest, or how did you just not go broke like a lot of people do?
I'm not like real flashy or nothing like that. Like I didn't need like the top car. Like when I got my money, I got a used car.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
was
didn't go
living
get the
in a
Bugatti?
Nah, heck no. I can't even fit in that, bro. Like most people gotta climb out of car. I gotta climb into a car. Like nah, it looks stupid.
It does,
Like,
it
nah,
does.
I can't roll up in VIP. Like it looks dumb.
But
Hey, wait, yeah, I'm gonna valet my car, but hold on.
But help me. Car store.
Help me get out for a second. Like, it looks stupid, bro.
But I
Like,
think that
You
says a
didn't
lot
get a new
about.
car, though?
That says a lot that he got a used car when you got your first check. That says you're good with money.
I'm going back and forth to the practice facility though. Like that's it. Like I'm really like I never really went out. Like if I went out right now, like I got like no club etiquette, bro. Like I would be waiting in the line, like this White Sandals. What are you waiting in the line for? Like, I don't.
There was
like,
a lot of
I don't know
people.
what
I want to be
I'm
respectful
doing.
to all the patrons.
If I was up in VIP, bro, you would notice me. Like I would stick out like a sore.
Yeah.
Like I got no etiquette, bro. I'd be there drinking water. Like
What up, dude?
I'd be looking straight dumb. Look, I'm an L7, bro. Like I drive a minivan, dog.
Now?
You're your father.
Drive a minivan, bro. It's so easy for the kids to get in, bro.
Yeah.
You hit one button, man, everything open. They get in, they watching Looney Tunes. Like it's beautiful.
It's the Spice Mobile.
Spice.
bro.
So did you ever stunt on anything?
My biggest purchase was my mom's house.
You're a good dude.
Standard
Spice.
issue black guy.
Come on, man.
You know how it is.
Got to.
It's just my mom.
Got
a
to.
Big old 4,000 square foot house. Everything she wanted. Like all the furniture, all that type of stuff.
So when you buy that house, people think you pay cash. You are just basically paying the mortgage, right?
Yeah, I got a 30-year mortgage. I wasn't like, nah, I'm about to just give all that money.
Okay, because
Right.
people assume I bought my mama a house, they just put the whole cash like
Some
oh,
people do.
That's what I thought you were
my
supposed to
homeboy
do.
who went first round, he paid full cash for his house. But he like one of them type people, he don't like having bills. So he pay everything.
And you might get a better deal. If you pay,
Right.
if you buy me
Well,
cash.
it ended up working out for him. Like,
Yeah.
'cause he bought his stuff like in Arizona. It's probably easier to flip out there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
They got a great housing
So-
market.
He be flipping.
I'm
burgers.
pretty
Set up.
sure he got paid. Though.
If it's me and Doughboy, a jab has to come.
Man, y'all.
We could be doing a funeral, like, you know, he missed him and he never misses a meal. I'm sorry, this is not the right time.
Y'all funny, bro.
So to walk us through that like first week. You go from a college kid. Were you drafted after your junior year or senior year? Or senior year. So you graduate college and you get that call. Walk us through that first week. Like, what is that like?
Oh, the practice?
Yeah, no, I mean like the first week when you get drafted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you
Matter of fact, walk us through from the moment you get drafted to your first, I guess,
Practice.
rookie camp.
Yeah. Well, you go there. You have like a press conference. The first and second rounders, we had a press conference, whatever. You do all these questions, whatever, blah blah blah. And then it's kind of like you're in like a dead space. Like you go back home, but then you got to work out because that's like April or something like that when you get drafted. And I think mini camp starts probably like end of May, June or something like that.
Okay, so
you
you got
can't
like
just-
6-8 weeks.
Yeah.
So are you
gotta-
working out the hardest you ever worked out? Like, fam, I got.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like I'm with the 49ers, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
yeah, Terrell Owens is there, Jeff Garcia, Brian Young, like all these different people. I can't let these people down.
Right.
I got to go in there and like make a statement so they'll know, like, I ain't come here to play around. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come there and you show up, you out of shape, they like, this the dude we
Right.
drafted.
And you're a second rounder.
Like, we paid this dude all this money, man. He come up here looking like a doggone a bag of laundry.
Jamarcus Russell, that happened to him. He
Man.
showed up.
Oh my God.
He threw an
Listen,
80-yard
He
bomb.
came up looking like a lineman. He was a
Listen.
quarterback.
This is what they used to do to this guy. I just found this out and it blows my mind. They would send him blank tapes to go home with. He would go home, come back, and they'd be like, "Did you see that tape? Oh yeah, that's gonna be great, man."
Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah. He's like, man, when they blitz on third down, they bring that linebacker down, and then the free safety comes down too. Like, and
I
I was like,
read
oh,
that.
okay,
What?
really?
So what happened was they were like, yo, I don't think he's
It was
watching.
genius.
I'm like, I don't think he's watching. They're like, bro, he's watching. Like, all right, we'll go send him some blank text and ask him about it. And just like Spice said, bro, there's a cover
That
3.
blew my mind, bro.
Now it came down, went around,
And
and
that was a number 1 pick.
Yes.
oh, signing bonus out of this world.
I think he had like 65.
Woo!
Guaranteed.
And wouldn't even watch the tape.
Didn't even watch
Yeah,
it.
our sister act
My
too was
bad.
great.
What was the question, man? I'm sorry. I just,
Okay, so
That-
you said there's a dead space. You don't
Yeah,
want to.
yeah.
You don't want to come in out of shape because
Yeah.
they're looking at you.
so you gotta go.
So you work out for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and then what they just hit you up like, all right, Spice, rookie camp finish.
Well, yeah, you got to go in for mini camp and stuff like that, and then mini camp is not like practice with pads on or whatever.
Mhm.
So
There's
it's
like
a little
drills and
different.
walkthroughs and stuff.
No. Like you run plays and stuff like that, but it's kind of like you can only go like so fast because you don't have pads on. So you
Oh,
gotta,
okay,
like,
got it.
simulate, you know what I mean? So it's kind of foo-foo. It's not like really like what's gonna
Yeah.
happen or whatever. But
Now,
you
at the
kinda-
rookie camps, are there people like the other veterans in your same position?
No, it's
Are they
not
really-
rookie camp. Like
Okay.
the whole team is there.
Oh, there's mini
Okay.
camp.
Yeah.
Mini camp, okay.
So and then then the season starts, like preseason, whatever. Then like that's when it started getting real. Like that's when you start seeing like these dudes is grown men with kids. Yeah, you start seeing how strong people are. Like
that's what I wanted to ask. Like,
it's different.
What's
bro.
the biggest?
In the trenches? It's different. Look at my hands, bro.
Yeah,
I see
like,
you have a scar.
I
on
cannot
hand.
put my hands like my fingers. I can't put them like flat on the surface.
Oh snap! Your middle finger don't go down.
Like, look at this.
Oh.
Look at how it's twist.
Hold on.
Oh.
I shook your hand.
Look at this middle finger. That's as far as it go up.
So you can't be in a gang.
Can't
like
flip
throw
people
this gang
off.
sign, guy. You're like, I can't. I
I
got.
would be like, hey.
So wait, how?
I would have
many,
to pull up an app.
Have you broken all your fingers?
This is definitely broken right here, but I've probably
It's still
sprained
broken?
You
it.
got knuckles where people don't have. This one has all type of knuckles on
Yeah,
that.
I got like.
So is this what happened? So you broke it and it just heals
I
like
broke
that?
this in my first preseason game against the Raiders. Frank Middleton was probably like 340. He was listed as 3'4", probably a good 350, 360 for real. My finger got caught in his face mask.
Oh!
So he's pulling back this way.
Oh!
I'm pulling back
Oh,
this way.
Spice!
We fall to the ground and just like. And I was like,
And
Did you have to keep playing ever?
yeah.
What's the toughest injury you ever played through?
I tore my tricep.
They say
that's
that
this?
is. No,
This
yeah, not much.
you can see the scar right there.
That's your elbow.
No, right here. No, this is
You-
tricep.
see
He's showing you
that
the
right
scar.
Okay, but where's the tricep?
It's
Right here.
This is tricep?
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
the
this is
opposite of
bicep.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this is
no,
bicep.
This bicep right
This
here.
bicep, this tricep.
Nobody doesn't know things.
Sorry. So you tore it. How did that feel?
So it's like, remember the old school, what do you call them things where you pull the shade down and it go back up like that?
Yeah, the blinds, like
yeah.
the
Whatever you call that thing.
drop back, pull back lines.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't know what you guys are talking
That's
about.
what. Yeah, I guess we're a little older.
Like the
school.
cartoons, you know the cartoons are like.
You pull the shade down.
Oh, the shade down,
Pull it
yeah,
down
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it go back up.
Yes.
Like, that's what happened to my tricep.
Oh
so-
my god! I did not know where you were going with
I didn't
that.
either.
So it's down here. It got ripped like all the way to the top. So the
Oh.
doctor's got to go inside, grab it from the top, and like bring it down.
They had a
bring it back
pull,
down.
so you literally tore it.
Yeah.
So the muscles just flapping up here.
Yeah. So this happened. It was like December. We were playing the Giants. It happened like the first quarter or something like that. And it's cold, so you feel like, dang, I'm numb because it's cold. I'm like, yeah, my arm feel kind of funny.
It's my arm hot.
I don't know. I
good,
did. I went hella hard on the curls this week, so maybe that's what it was. But I come over to the sideline. I'm talking to Tommy Harris and like Alex Brown, whatever. I'm like, bruh, something up with my arm. They're like, man, let's go. I want to hear that, bro. Everybody out here hurt. Everybody hurt. Let's go. And I'm like, you right, dog. You right, bro.
You right,
I
bro.
got inspired by that for 10 seconds. Real
Fall
fast.
hard for the fall off. You right.
I get out there. I can't even get in the right hand stance. I'm getting in the left hand stance. I'm making tackles like there's something wrong, bro.
You probably having flashbacks
I
like do the
played the
push-ups.
whole game like that, bro. I
Hold
heard
on,
it
you
in the
played
first
the
quarter.
whole game
Just straight adrenaline.
with a torn tricep.
Yeah.
You
bro.
ain't had no blinds in there.
Yeah. No blinds. Bro.
Just because them dudes yelled at you.
Yeah. I'm like, let's go. My arm hurt too.
I don't even
You
have
think my arm don't hurt? We said, come on, man. We gotta make the playoffs. Playoffs.
But my arm is over.
Playoffs? I had a Jim Moore Soldier Boy. Playoffs? He was 79 that year. And you talking playoffs? Bro,
But they said that they said
the
that.
next day, well, no, I actually went home and I'm trying to like grab a pillow, and I was like,
No.
oh, yeah,
You got the chicken wing.
Something is up.
They say that a lot of the pressure in the NFL comes from the teammates. Like the whole next man up. Like you don't want to let your boys down, and that's why you play through injuries. You know, people think it's all the coaches. So is it the coaches or is it your teammates?
It's like it's a combination of things, bro. It's like if you're not playing, the next guy is going.
Next man up.
He is.
And
going
he
to
like,
play.
I hope your arm is torn.
And then like I wasn't like a superstar or nothing like
Right.
that. So like I had to like grind. Like every year was almost like a 1-year contract for me.
Right.
Because like you could get cut anytime.
Anytime.
It really
Anytime.
don't matter, especially if you're not producing.
Right.
So like you gotta play.
Let me ask you this.
I played through a lot of injuries, man. You just gotta go.
Let me ask you this, because you're talking about that gruesome injury on your arm. I can only imagine that's probably really painful. Did you ever get to a point where maybe they were giving you stuff for the pain, and maybe you got to using like pain pills a lot? Because I know that could be a thing.
Yeah, heck yeah, they was getting Toradol shots like every game.
And that's what is I don't know what that.
Oh, the Toradol shots, it's like it blocks out all the pain, whatever. So you got a doctor in there, and it'll be a line like going out of this door of like dudes just waiting to get that shot.
And
What?
It just numbs the pain.
And it's like you just suffer the consequences after the game because like you feel like crap the next day, but it's like I bought.
So your body, your body is still hurting. Your brain is telling your body, yo, this
you're
hurts.
hurt.
Yeah.
But you get the Toradol shot, it's like
But that's temporary. That's temporary, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
How
So
long
like
did that
after
last?
the game, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like you come down from off your high or whatever.
So we asked before said this. How long does it take to recover for the next game, or do you ever even fully recover during the season?
If you take care of your body, you can. Like if you get in a hot tub, cold tub, get massages and stuff like that, then you'll bounce back by Wednesday. But when they had them Thursday night games,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Because y'all play on Sunday
especially
and Thursday.
when you're older,
yeah.
Thursday night games, like you don't like it, but I mean it's good to have like longer time, like after you're done.
Because then you got from
that Sunday you don't have a game.
Yeah.
So it's like, but to go from Sunday to Thursday, and then if you got like a away game or something like that, like we're in Chicago and we got to play San Francisco on a Thursday, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a grind, but it's like anything else, man. You just put your blinders on, man, and just block everything out.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing.
With stuff like injuries, I've heard things like this. I don't know if it's true, but like you were saying about your arm and your tricep and that was hurt. If your opponents find out that you're hurt, will they ever try to like go at your, like say if they know your arm's hurt, so they know your arm's hurt, they're gonna just be pressing on your arm just to.
Yeah, some of them do.
I heard Spice had a tricep.
Yeah, there's some extra going on in the piles.
That is
Like,
crazy.
let's test that ankle out.
Yeah.
So it was crazy too in that game against the Giants. I ended up making a tackle on one of the running backs, and I broke his ankle. I felt bad about it because I landed on it. It was like we really weren't set, so we were like looking around like, and they snapped the ball, and I was like, I just did like a little quick move on the guard, grabbed the running back, and then I fell on this ankle, and
You felt it break?
Yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah. It was broke. I broke his ankle. Like from like landing on it. Like I landed like right on his foot.
So he's
I
at
knew
home like,
immediately.
I
I was
got
like,
this scar. That was Spice Adams.
But I was out for the year that game too. So
Dang. Oh, that was
after that game.
Oh, so did you do that with a torn tricep?
Yep.
Subconsciously, you're like, someone else is gonna feel that.
No.
Let me ask you this:
I never really try to inflict pain on nobody.
You just want to get them down.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure like that you're as miserable as I am.
Right.
Because I used to like just try to punish myself, like working out and stuff like that, and running. And
Kevin tries to punish himself by eating cereal and snacks late night.
what's his cereal choice? Lucky Charms,
Raisin Bran Crunch.
You look
You're
like
an old
Raisin
man.
Bran.
Raisin Bran Crunch. And I've been eating Raisin Bran since I was a kid.
What time you go to sleep last night?
Don't do this to me.
Because I text you at what, like 9 or something?
We finished at 8 o'clock. No, we finished at 6. Josh left at 7:30. I was in the bed at 8:15. I probably would. And to hear text me, Doughboy text me.
I said what's good for the morning.
And
I didn't get a response.
It is the morning.
I'm talking to Tony. I'm like, I know he was asleep.
I was out of there. I was like, I don't think Spice gonna make it.
Let me ask you this: when you talk about all the injuries and stuff the stuff that you've dealt with, would you allow your children? Because you have a son, right?
Nope.
Wouldn't let him play?
I don't want him to play.
Wow.
I'll make it be his decision once he turns 14. I know he's gonna play, but if it was up to me, like I wouldn't want him to play. I don't want his hands to look like this.
Yeah,
like
I did
my
this for
body feels like I'm 56. You know what I'm saying? Like I got like a little impairment thing, or whatever. They said my body is like literally like 56. I got arthritis in my fingers. I got arthritis in my back and my knees. Like I don't want I'm 38, bro. I'm saying, like, I don't want him feeling like that, dog.
Because he's a thrower, too. Like, he's a national, he's up there.
He can go.
Yeah.
Right. He is number 4 in the nation for 9 and 10-year-olds in mini job.
Wait, hold on. They're ranking 9 and 10-year-olds?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, we went to Sacramento, your hometown,
because it ain't accidental.
for the Junior Olympics, like 2 years ago, and he placed 6th there. But last year, we went to, I think it was North Carolina, and he placed 4th. And he does shot put and stuff too. But I try to tell him, and I know he don't understand right now. He's only 11.
Yeah.
I tell him like, I played football, so you don't have to.
Right.
But he don't understand that right now. But
I heard all that.
Right.
I will be playing as well.
Because our children, like they're very much a reflection of us, so that just might be in his DNA and his blood.
yeah,
Like,
he felt like he like wants to impress me or whatever. So he like try to tell me stuff about Madden and stuff he's seen on ESPN and Good Morning America, and I'd be like, Anthony, I don't care about that, bro. Like, I care about what you did in math.
Right.
I care about what you did in science and all that other type of stuff. And I don't want to, like, you know, like, just, like, because he's so, like, energetic and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, put him down by saying stuff like that. But at the same time, I want to keep it real with him.
because
Right.
you know what really goes on behind the curtain in the league.
Man, I don't want him to have to go through that, man.
So you were talking about your injuries. Did you ever have any concussions? A lot of people are curious about concussions.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them. Like, now that I know what they are,
Yeah.
I was just like, I just get dinged. Like, this happened in practice.
Yeah.
This happened in games. This happened lifting weights. Like, I was
Lifting weights?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Wait, you got a concussion lifting weights?
Bro, like, you
Lifted it with your head?
no. Man, you squat like that heavy weight,
Yeah.
and you come up, bro, like,
Really? I thought you
gotta
had to
show
hit your head
no,
to
I
get
actually
a
gotta show you a
concussion.
video. People were doing deadlifts like crazy weight, and they would lift it and they put it down, and then they would pass out.
Yeah.
There's a whole like,
Get lightheaded.
and they pass out and then fall and
like if you
bust their
don't
head.
breathe right and all
And
that
I
type
did
of
not
stuff.
know this. So this
I ain't
is
trying to scare you. Nothing
No,
like
I
that.
did not
This is
know.
like heavy weight, though. Like,
Yeah, he don't-
600-something
I don't
pounds,
lift
stuff
nothing.
like that. So,
He eats mostly muffins and stuff. Those
But
are
no,
ounces.
but I did not know this. This is a learning point. You can get a concussion without banging your head.
well, it comes from banging your head, like,
Okay.
already.
So you said if you're doing, tell me how you can get a concussion from doing a squat.
I don't know the science behind it.
It can happen.
I just know I had the same symptoms as if I was playing in the game
Got it.
from, doing squats.
So have you ever been knocked out like cold?
Nah, I haven't had like a bad one.
Yeah.
But I've had some where I hit somebody and I see like white. Like all I see is white, and then my vision like slowly starts to come back within like 5-6 seconds, whatever.
So were these even diagnosed?
No, but at the time it's like you didn't know to like
Right,
be like,
right.
hey man, like something's going on with me. You just like, oh man, it's just like
Like some dude is yelling at you like, I
Hey, get out there! My head
I'm
hurt
on
too.
the sideline, like my arm hurt, like it's the same thing. Like, hey man, I'm feeling kind of dizzy. Well, me too. I feel dizzy too. But let's go, both of y'all. Let's go.
We gotta make the playoffs.
So that's
2 and 14.
I'm telling you, like that's the antidote for everything. 2 words. Let's go. Bro, I just broke my foot. Man, my foot hurt too. Let's go. All right, like that's it. Like let's go.
That's
Bro, my
just.
wife is pregnant, dog. Like, let's go.
Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that.
Everybody wife's pregnant, dog.
Everybody's not even married. Let's go.
Yeah, bro.
Everybody
Any problem you come up with, dog, like, bro.
I got cut.
Like, let's go.
Yeah. Let's go to another team.
Well, actually, you have to go. Like,
You go.
Like,
Take
yeah,
care of them.
so I seen somebody get traded like right before we got a game. Like we in the
Whoa.
locker room, like dude was putting his shoulder pads on.
Yeah, like, take
Dude
those
come
off.
over there like, no, you want to take those off. Just got traded to the Jets. I'm like,
Let me get that jersey off your boy.
I'm like taking my time to put mine on. I'm like, do I put mine on? Like, what? Am I straight?
Are we cool?
I
Wow.
see dudes get traded at practice. We doing stretching my hamstring and stuff with hamstring. Bring it out. Like this is back before you dancing up.
Right.
You seen these dudes like you go to a practice now? It's a concert.
Yeah.
Back when it was be quiet. Everybody hamstring ready go, and you do that for 15 seconds, whatever. Boom, get a tap on the shoulder. Like yeah, you just get. I'm like,
Hey, let's go.
So you,
like,
somebody
my
could be.
hamstring stretch. Like he didn't do the hamstring stretch
Let's go.
correctly.
Let's go.
So somebody could be doing some sprints. They'd be like, no, you just keep running. No, run out of the facility.
Run to
You
the
don't work
locker
here
room
anymore.
And get your
You're going to the
clothes
Jags.
and then get on this flight. Like, you're out of here.
So that brings me to another question. Like, what is the biggest difference between? Because you played college at an elite level. Division I, Penn State was a good team.
Yeah.
And then you went to the NFL. What's the biggest difference between playing in college and the league?
Speed. It's the speed, and then you playing against grown men.
Yeah.
You playing against.
So did you
Dudes
try to
that
do
could
some
be
moves
your
that worked in
dad.
college, and then
Oh, yeah.
you're like, hey man, that
But
usually
the
works.
thing is, you try them, in practice against like dudes like Larry Allen or like all pros and stuff like that, then you see like, oh yeah, this not gonna work right here.
This ain't gonna cut it, Chief.
I keep doing that. That was my go-to.
My little go-to move is not going to anywhere.
Like, going on, dog.
Larry Allen is just drinking coffee. He's locking spots with one hand.
Listen,
young
bro.
buck.
Larry
Cool
Allen,
breeze.
his nickname is the legalized killer.
That's his nickname?
His nickname is the legalized
Tells you everything
killer.
you need to
His
know.
nickname is Man.
I seen we got
John.
Listen, we got linebacker Lance Briggs, who's gonna go to the Hall of Fame.
From Sacramento,
Yeah,
California,
from
El Grove.
El Grove, yes sir. Yes sir. That's camp a couple times. But he Lance is like one of the quickest, smartest linebackers I played with. He blitzed in the A gap where Larry Allen was, and Larry Allen was acting like he didn't see him. So this is the B gap. He's over here like doing like this, but his eye is still on Lance. He came back, hit Lance. Lance did what we like to call a quick prayer. Man got on one knee, like he hit him down. He didn't mean to get on one knee. He made him get on one knee. He got on one knee, and we were watching the film, and I was like, Lance, at any point, did you do like this? No, that joke was so funny, man. Larry Allen is the strongest dude I've ever seen in my life. And when we had to like practice against them, so you do one-on-ones. We did this thing called Oklahoma drill.
Oh, those are so dangerous. I think those are Pop Warner.
Bro, that's concussion.
Yes.
That is concussion.
Because that when you lay on your back and then you get up and run to each other?
Yeah, but this one was more like you already in your stance. So, and we're playing the 3-4 at San Francisco.
So you playing nose tackle?
Yeah. So now, like, if you're in a 4-3, then you're in attack mode. Like, as soon as the ball snap, you go. But in a 3-4, you have to wait for the offensive lineman to move. So now I'm in the 3-4 going up against Larry Allen with Frank Gore behind him. So, and Frank gets to choose which gap he wants to go in. So it's like your head up against him, and then he can go in this gap or he can go in this gap. So Larry is so strong, like he would like, my back would slip out of place. Like every time I went against him.
He was a line in your back?
Oh, bro.
He's a legalized killer. What do you expect?
He's a chiropractor. Yeah. So, but anytime it came up where you had to do a rep against Larry Allen, like everybody else was like, hey, man, I gotta go get stretched. Hey, trainer, let me, my back really not feeling good, whatever. So it was like I always had to go up against Larry, like every day. But every time we would make contact, and then, you know, again, in football, the low man wins. Like I'm already short. Like I'm like 5'11" or whatever. So I'm just in here like this, and I'm just like, Frank, you can go anywhere you want to be. Like, I'm just staying right here. I'm like, I'm not going to. Because you reach that arm right here, like, boom, you're going to get caked.
Yeah.
Reach your arm this way, you're going to get caked. So I'm just like this every day. Like, go ahead, Frank.
Go on, Frank.
Blow the whistle, coach. Blow the whistle! Bruh, I'm telling you, bro, that dude is like, it's like a car, man. You ever push the car in neutral?
Yeah.
That's Larry Allen.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
But like an SUV.
Was he the hardest lineman to get around in the league?
By far.
So the hardest person is on your team?
Even like you know, the latter stages of his career, like he was still just like strong and just like I seen him in a weight room with what did he have? He had like 5 plates on.
5 plates?
With chains. So he had like some heavy chains like on the end of the bar or whatever.
To make it even heavier.
Right.
5 plates on each side?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like the bar is bending, like while he's lifting it, whatever. So I see him like get down. He's in there by himself, like no spot.
No spot?
Nothing. So I'm like, you need a spot?
No spot with 5 plates.
He lifts it off the rack, and then he starts repping it. And he was like looking at me like this, like while he was doing it. And I was like, all right, bro, good talk.
Well, no,
I'll see you tomorrow at practice, dog.
I can
He
relate
just
though.
dead behind the eyes.
He just.
I can definitely relate though because you say you hit 5 plates. We went to Hometown Buffet.
I
Kev
know
hit
it's
5 plates, and he could just carry those things. 5 plates. I can definitely.
I can tell when Doughboy's setting up a joke, and he's never going to miss an opportunity to shoot.
I'm like plates. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm all.
So let me ask you this: who is the person that hit you the hardest? I know Larry Allen is the strongest, but who's the person that put that lick on you? Like maybe I should sell insurance or something different.
It's kind of embarrassing too. Like it was like a safety, bro.
Really?
Safeties are small.
Exactly.
Who?
Wait, but you play defense.
I was on special teams.
Oh, okay.
You get hit by a safety, you're a defensive lineman. Exactly. You're making my point for me.
So back when I played, you could set up like a 5-man wedge, like a 4-man. You can't do it anymore.
No.
But we used to set up a wedge, and I never forget. He played for Arizona Cardinals. His name was Aaron Francisco, because I was looking for him after that. I was looking for him every play. I just wanted to just get it like. So this is like the first play of the game, whatever, and like after like watching the film, like I could tell like he just wanted to light somebody up. And it just happened to be me. And so like you see him like on the tape, like he's jumping up and down, and I'm like, this dude is like really kind of crazy.
Right.
So he comes down, and the ball is over here, mind you. We're setting the wall up over here. Like he could have easily just went this way.
He didn't even try to
Now
tell
this
the
is
person.
I
I don't want to hurt
went
someone.
specifically
The
for
person
me.
ran it back. I don't care. I want to hurt you.
Bro. So I'm kind of doing like the Larry Allen thing. Like I'm going this way, but I see him, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm about to peel back on this.
Yeah. Been a
When
line
we watch this on film, boy, I'm about to get all type of stars. So I'm like, I'm going this way, but I see him, so I think I'm like, I'm kind of peel back. I kind of look to see like where I'm at, but I don't know that this dude is a missile.
Yeah.
So like by the time I turned back to look this way, to like turn my head back around to like block him, like he was already like right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, this dude is like here already. So it's like, boom. So I absorbed the blow instead of like delivering it.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
And he
So-
running full speed.
Yes, like no.
And you were
like,
waiting for him, so
like,
you ain't got no full
change
speed.
of speed. Like, just, like I'm going after 91 and no one else. There's a cat right there for some reason.
Oh, there be cats in our backyard.
Oh,
Randomly.
They just be, they have to be talking to each other.
Okay.
It is weird. They were having a fight last night. It's ridiculous. I think it's Tony Baker. He's told someone something.
But look, so I absorbed the blow, just like he hit me, boom, and my head go back like this. But then I like grab him, and then I just kind of like dump him over
Right.
like that. And then, but when I got up, I was like, yo, I thought my nose was broke, bro.
You had a helmet on?
I definitely had a concussion.
Wow.
For
sure?
For sure. I know for a fact.
Oh,
So,
snap.
I like my nose, I was like, damn.
How did your nose hurt if you had a face mask? He hit you that hard?
Exactly.
He pushed the face mask back in.
Maybe, I don't know if he came through like this and his like shoulder pad kind of came through like my face mask or something like that.
Sheesh.
But I wanted to ask somebody and I didn't because I felt like that's just probably going to be stupid if
Right.
I say something.
Right.
And I was like, I wanted to ask somebody, where's my nose? I remember this vividly, bro.
Hey,
Where is my nose?
Like,
you
dog,
see it?
by chance, did you see any nose?
I had a nose when I got here. It was one on my face.
Like, yeah, like, it was like kind of cocoa complexion, like a nose. Like, bruh, seriously, I was like, dang, dog. And we watched it on film.
You had to relive
Yeah, they
this?
kept rewinding this. So it was like, see, right here. What are you doing? Like, what are you thinking right here?
I'm
I was like,
rethinking
Coach,
life.
You really don't have to keep
It's
rewinding
white.
that.
I don't see anything right there.
But the silver lining is he didn't make the tackle.
What?
I blocked my guy.
The bottom line, you won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got rocked.
Might have lost your nose and
I got
sense and
rocked.
sensibilities right in the
Do you have
moment.
a
I
moment where
took
you
care of
knocked-
my responsibility.
You have a moment where you did that to somebody else, like you like lit somebody up, where you know they were like, "Oh my God, Spice got me."
Yeah. I did some moves sometimes where you think you're doing on air or whatever that you actually do it in the game. You're like, Coach, rewind that. Let's see me. But yeah, man, it's been nothing that I can really remember like that I was like, I know I got a tackle for loss on Jerome Bettis one time, Monday Night Football. I was hyped. I was a rookie too. I was like, yeah, dog. Like,
He was big.
Yeah, he used to truck
tough
people,
to
too.
get down, yeah.
He was shifty for a big
You
dude.
gotta get him like soon as you get the ball, because if not, then he gonna make you miss or he gonna run over you, and it's gonna be real embarrassing. But like, now, I mean, this dude's a Hall of Fame running.
Yeah,
back, man.
absolutely.
You know, like after it's all said and done, it's like it's kind of cool to say, hey, I got a tackle for loss on a Hall of
So
Fame
who are
running
the
back.
quarterbacks that you have sacked that
Bro, I
are
only got like 10, dog. Like,
really?
I'm a nose guy.
Oh, so you
Right.
really supposed to
I
disrupt the
like
play?
like double teams and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but I got like 10, maybe 10 and a half, stuff like that. But My first sack was against Gus Farrar. Played for Minnesota at the time. I did like some spin move or something like that. Got a sack on him, like close to the end zone or something like that. I was hyped. I was hyped. I don't even know like what my celebration was, whatever. I kind of like blacked out, cause like you sack him, but you don't know if he still threw the ball or not. And so you looking around, and I saw the ball and said, "Oh, woo!"
Yeah,
He didn't throw it. That is actually a sack, correct? It's a sack.
Now where's my nose?
Now let's continue to lose by 5 touchdowns because Randy Moss is killing us.
So okay, that brings me to my next question. Like, who was a player that you played against, and you were just like, man, this dude is really good at football? Randy Moss was
Liddy.
Well, when I played against, who is this? I played against Green Bay one year when they had Favre. When I was like, I think I was the first or second year. I think it was my rookie year, and I wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Because these guys were like technicians, bro.
Right.
It was unbelievable, man. It got to the point where I knew it was bad. And we were losing the game anyway, too. I go back to the huddle.
It's a common theme in a lot of your stories.
You're losing a lot of these guys.
Yeah. It was only good like 1 year. I've been in the playoffs once in 9 years.
Jeez.
But it was just like, I don't know, it just follows me, I guess. But we playing Green Bay, and they got Brett Favre. Brett Favre was like throwing like everything. Everything's connected, bro. We get in the huddle, and the linebacker say, that center, he's pretty good, huh? I'm like, you know he's good. And I got 0 tackles. Like, I want to sub myself. I don't deserve to be out here. Like, I want to cut myself in this game and then re-sign me for next week. I want to hit the reset button on Nintendo and just go into oblivion right now for this game. 'Cause I don't want to watch this game film. I don't want to do nothing.
That's gotta suck to watch game film in a bad game. You gotta just relive
Especially
that.
when you've watched it before. And
You were there.
Like, you already know what the coach is gonna say. Like, what are you doing on this play? And you gotta keep rewinding it. It's like,
I'm getting blocked.
I don't. You see what's happening. Why are you asking me this? Like, come on, bro.
I've always had this question because I've heard things. I only played football for a little bit, but I heard that this happens a lot. What type of crazy stuff happens on the bottom of the pile when they're going for a fumble? I heard people get eyes gouged,
balls grabbed.
There's some ball grabbers out there. There's anything down there, bro. Like, who is grabbing my leg? Like, what are you doing?
We're on the sideline. This needs to stop. What's going on?
Stop
Weirdos.
trying to punch my nuts, man. What are you doing? It just gets to the point where you like seriously gotta ask, like, bro, like this is off limits. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't nobody wear cups.
Right.
You know what I'm
Wait a minute,
saying?
people don't wear cups?
Heck no.
They don't be having drawers on.
What?
Some
Some dudes be
some
straight.
people pee on themselves, bro.
Whoa.
I've heard that.
Well, we're not just gonna skedaddle past that speed bump. People are urinating on themselves?
Pee on themselves.
Why?
Just to be like, you about to get this funk on you, like if you get close.
But you also have pee on you.
Yeah, I know.
People are peeing on themselves?
People are like cool with just peeing on themselves and then just like showering after. Couldn't be me.
Good.
You're Old Spice.
Like, or then like some people just don't want to make that travel into the locker room. They just like
The games do be long though. They ain't got porta potties on the sideline.
no, they don't. But it's some
Never
ways
thought about it
that
that
you
way.
can like. I seen people like get somebody like they got like a big jacket on and just come over there and like you just go
I never
inside
knew
like a
this.
Gatorade bottle or something like that.
This is something this is what I really want to know. This is why I got excited when he called me and told me I could be on this episode.
What? We're having spiced cakes. What kind of spices?
What are the post meals like? Like, do you guys like go out to like the biggest of steakhouses and?
Bruh, everything you want is there.
Look at the joy and spices.
Oh my God, everything is there, man. Pizza, French fries, chicken, stir fry, popcorn, cookies, ice cream.
That's not even healthy stuff. Thought you guys were finally tuned up.
Man, people was peeing on
get you
themselves.
whatever you want. Whatever you want is there. Stuff is made to order.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you guys eat dinner together as a team after the game, win or lose?
Oh, after the game?
Yeah, like,
No,
is it-
after the game you can do whatever you want to do.
But so like when you guys
But
have
this like
the
team
night
hotel?
before.
the night before is when you have
Night
the team
before,
meals.
It's like, yeah, you can get anything you want. You can get shrimp, you can get whatever. If you don't want to eat healthy, then that's fine. If you want to eat healthy, we got that too. They got everything covered.
This is in the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to be a football player for those meals. I didn't really like football. I wanted to be a part of those meals.
It's a scene, bro. You
How-
talking about just tables? It's just all
And
type
everybody's
of
big in there.
food. Yeah.
So that's a lot of food, I imagine.
Yep. Yep. They
And
keep it coming,
it's
too.
probably good all the time.
They keep it coming.
You
bro.
know anybody like...
But it's like 58 of us, and some people like me, like I would hardly eat anything before a game.
The night before?
Mm-hmm.
What, was it nerves?
I guess so. Like I didn't like feeling heavy in the game, so most times I wouldn't even eat anything. Like I'd just be straight energy drink.
Really?
Bruh, listen to this, dog. Yeah, it's so stupid what I used to do. I used to cramp a lot, so I used to drink Pedialyte. But what I would do with the Pedialyte is I would pour half of it out and pour a Rockstar in it.
Pedialyte and Rockstar?
You ever heard of Spark from Avocare?
No.
Oh, so it's like an energy drink. It's a healthy energy drink. I used to put like 3 scoops of Spark in and a 5-hour energy. And that was just for the first half.
You got an energy
What?
drink cocktail?
Second half, I would do the same thing.
You had 2 5-hour energies
I had 10-hour energy.
in a 3-hour game?
Yes.
So you had 7 hours left over of energy. What would you do with that?
Sometimes I would be on the bus going back, and I'd just be like, "Yo, that game, huh? How was that game?
Let's go!"
Your boy had 6 tackles. I don't know how much they're gonna credit me with, but I counted 6. I don't know.
Well,
I used to be on there breaking down cold sweats, man, all type of stuff, bro. Like, man, what's wrong with you? I don't know. I think it was a Toradol shot. Trying to blame it on somebody else.
Let me ask you this. So, as
Why
a
do you keep
football,
saying, let me ask you this?
I don't know. It's called Ask Her.
Just ask.
I don't know.
You
Leave
don't have
me
to
alone.
preface the question.
All right. So when you're playing football and you're a nose tackle, and I'm pretty sure it's encouraged for you to keep your size up.
Yeah.
You know, for that. How is there a tough transition in controlling your weight post football? Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Yes, man. And it's like you supposed to get like line of duty and stuff like that from playing or whatever. I've got denied like
What's
probably
line of
like
duty?
5,
I didn't know what
6
that was.
times or whatever. It's kind of like workers' comp or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You get denied if like you like really healthy or whatever, and I've got denied even though my fingers look like this, even though my back hurt, even though my knee hurt, even though my shoulders hurt, even though my feet hurt, my toes
And you be
hurt,
dancing
all
on
that.
the gram like
You do.
Do you end up
You
in
should
pain
see
after
the
those videos?
videos after.
You're
Or like me getting up in the morning.
Really?
Those are the videos I don't record.
Yeah, because you
Right.
be and you are super flexible.
Yeah,
for
well,
a big
I've
dude.
always been like that, man. Like my mom was always like, "Don't let them boys show you up. You can do anything them little skinny boys can do." So
You really can though.
I've never lost a dance competition.
Really?
Have you seen Spice?
Moms
I'll have
used
to
to
challenge
win
you.
all
Spice
type
can
of
do
money.
Spice can do the thing where you lay on your back and you flip up. Like you
Yeah.
kick your legs up, like in like Mortal Kombat when Liu Kang would fall and he'd get back up like bro.
I know what
Spice
you're talking
can do
about, but
that.
it's just the fact that a big guy can do
Spice
that.
is light on his feet.
That's
Wow.
probably the only thing I really can do that's like super athletic. But yeah, to answer your question too, it's difficult now. And when I was like 27 or like 26, it would have been easier for me to get down to a weight that would be comfortable that I could live the rest of my life with. But since I've had to like keep on all of this weight or whatever, like it's hard to do it now because like I can have a gout. I got gout. Like I can have a gout.
Yeah,
flare.
yeah. He got gout.
hurt.
We were
Like,
talking
Gout
about that.
is an
Old.
old person disease. We thought.
Yeah.
What
I
is
thought
gout?
that too.
Because I just say
gout is like I think everybody has like uric acid in their body, and it's a uric acid imbalance.
Okay.
So if you have, I think it's like 6.5 like milligrams or something like that of uric acid, then you're gonna get a gout attack, and it can attack any joint. So it can be the knuckles, it can be your fingers.
So they just like lock up.
No, so it's just like it gets to the point where, well, yeah, if it's your knee, like you can't bend your knee.
Oh, so
Yeah, you were telling me that one day you woke up and you just couldn't bend your
One
knee.
day I woke up and I was trying to get out of bed and I couldn't bend my knee to get out of the bed. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, and I was probably like 23, 24 at the time.
So when you say you can't bend your knee, your leg is just straight. It won't do this.
Mm-mm.
And when you went to the doctors, they had no idea what was going on because they didn't
Well,
assume
I
it would
went to
be
the
out.
trainers, and they was figuring that, since we just played the game, that it's probably like a stress fracture or something like that. Like, that was like the last thing on their mind. But this was when I was in San Francisco. Then when I went over to the Bears, I had the same issue come up. He was like, you probably got gout. I'm like, my granddaddy got gout. Like, what are they paying y'all here? Like, no, my granddad is like 76. He got gout. Like, I don't got gout. Like, I'm...
Gout?
I got gout. 25. What are you talking? I ain't got no gout. But sure enough, I had it, bro. And it's like, if you get it on like your toe or something like that, and you put a sheet over it, you like,
Really?
Yeah, dog. It is the most excruciating pain you ever want to feel in your life. Like, I don't wish this on my worst enemy, bro. Like, it is bad, bro. If you don't have like a good diet or drink like a lot of water and stuff like that, like it's
predicated by what you eat.
So you get it by eating. They call it's the rich man's disease. So a lot of kings used to get it like way back in the day.
Because they could eat whatever.
Yeah, because you have like a smorgasbord, like kind of like what we have at training table.
Yeah,
whatever you want to eat. But if you eat too much red meat, if you eat too much seafood, drink too much beer, it could cause a flare up, whatever. And I don't drink, I don't eat seafood. I think it stank. I don't like seafood, so I don't care. Fight me. I don't like
Shrimp
seafood.
is lit though, but
It stink. You can't eat seafood. I don't like nothing you can't put in the refrigerator to eat the next day. You can't put no fish or no shrimp.
Yeah, you can't eat leftover crab legs. It's not really.
Nobody wants you to
But
heat up fish in the office.
You can do a burger. You know
You
what I'm
can do a
saying?
burger.
But
Never thought of it like
seafood,
that.
I don't like. It stink. Or maybe
Okay,
it's the
fine.
kind. Okay. I'm just tired of people coming at me. Like, you put sugar in your grits?
No.
I do sugar and grits and I do salt and pepper. I'm like Blade. I'm a day walker, night
Which
walker.
one do you prefer?
Salt for me.
Sugar.
Oh my gosh, Kevin.
Yeah. You're a
Really?
salt guy too?
I'm judging you.
I
Yeah,
give you a
I
pass
judge
on
him too.
seafood.
No.
I give you a pass.
I
Dark-
can't give you a pass.
Nah.
That's cream of wheat.
Yeah, really.
Everybody says that.
It is.
Everybody's. I can't do cream of wheat though because
Thank
my
you,
aunt.
Doug.
Oh man, we
Oh, so you
here
guys
salt
are
and pepper.
friends?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like salt and pepper too. Because if I'm eating with the eggs, I like it with salt and pepper. It's like one big family.
What do you put in chili? Do you put any added ingredients in chili? You do put like ketchup in chili? Oh, okay.
No.
I
Chili's
don't never
good.
make chili.
Chili's good on its own.
Yeah, chili's a good standard.
Sometimes when I'm a chili dog, I might put a little sliver of ketchup.
A sliver?
Just a sliver.
No.
Just a hint of ketchup. Black people, we be so upset about grits, pumpkin
I just
wings.
don't know.
You don't play.
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
I play
Hold
straight.
up. Hold up.
I play
You just found out about Anita Baker.
Oh,
Yeah,
here
he
we
did.
go.
I got a serious
Yeah.
bone to pick with you about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't mess with Anita,
I
dog.
You don't.
Hold on.
No,
Right?
keep
I'm
going.
up-
I'm back.
I'm
Yeah.
upset.
This is you though.
I'm upset.
You are the.
What?
That's what I.
You never had to clean up to
Come on.
Anita
Okay,
Baker?
so I gotta defend my house again. I was super churchy growing up.
Lots of Hezekiah Walker.
We could not
She
listen.
got a song with BB Winans.
That's why I asked my mom.
Ain't no need
And I know that Winans song. So I asked my mom, like, cause we can listen to nothing that wasn't gospel in our house. In the radio, nothing. So
Nothing
no,
secular.
nothing secular ever. But the Anita Baker Winans song,
Yeah.
I'm like, that should have come into the house. Because we had all the other Winans albums
And it didn't.
ever. And they ain't no need to.
But-
So when I found out about her,
I
I'm
think they
going
won
to
a
her album.
Grammy for that or nominated for it or something.
I searched and I'm like, hold on. This song should have been my introduction. So then I'm asking my mom, like, yo, why didn't I hear about Anita Baker? And I'm like, have you heard of that Rapture album? My mom starts singing the song.
So she knew.
So she was listening to it just when we weren't around.
That's hilarious.
And I haven't talked to her since. Nobody.
Serious business.
Serious business. And so Tony, me and Tony we're at odds
Oh,
because of Anita Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got to meet
should
her.
be.
I got to meet her backstage at her concert in DC,
Oh,
and
yeah?
Tony feels like I don't deserve this.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't deserve
I
her.
You
bought a
don't.
ticket.
No.
And here's the thing, Spice. Here's the thing. We start the concert, right? She comes out to "Hey Sister, Soul Sister," right? So and her a lot of her voice, her songs, her voice is very sultry.
Yes.
Because I've been listening to all the
You don't
albums.
have to tell me.
Spice. When she came out, she belting. I mean, voice to the back seat.
Yeah.
So I stand up. I'm like, let's go.
Let's go.
She goes.
Like
You
you was
ready
at
to
a
start the
wrestling
show,
match.
Kevin Fredericks?
What? No,
Are
she
you
didn't do
ready?
that.
Are you
Stop,
Kevin?
man.
Are you ready, Kevin, to start the show?
Wow.
My wife was sitting down. She follows me.
I understand why you
Wow.
mad, Tony.
Yeah. So backstage. So then later on in the, I'm gonna make your life worse. Later on in the concert, she's taking a break in between songs and talking. She's like, you know what I really like? Because I'm a self-promoter, I put this show on myself. I like people who take advantage of their opportunities and do things for themselves. And you know what? Kev on stage is in this audience.
She said your name twice?
Yes. In
You?
the same concert. Stand up, Kevin, and your lovely wife. What you did with your tour, putting it on by yourself. I'm so proud of that. Young men like you taking your career. I just went into straight to heaven. Straight into heaven.
The look on Spice's face right now tells you everything you need to know.
So this is how I found out.
Johnny come lately.
My wife is playing that song, right? She's playing Anita Baker album. And I'm like, man, is that the song Spice Adams doing? She was like, hold on, Spice. So she was like, do you not know who this is?
I went to her concert in Chicago. She didn't get up and say, I'm so happy for Spice. He reinvented himself. He started football, didn't know what he was going to do after.
Towards
Social
bicep.
media. Now he has TV shows that he does. I'm so proud of. Like, she didn't single me out.
All I can say is God.
And I've been following Anita Baker since I was 4.
That's why Tony's so mad.
You was like 44.
God doesn't call the qualified.
I want to hit me with the spirit.
Favor ain't fair. So I want to talk about that actually. So your post NFL career, right? So I said earlier I found out about you on a YouTube video. I was like, this is hilarious. You have had a resurgence since you've been on Ballers. You've been on the baking show on ABC. You've got stuff in the works. You work for the Bears. How did you transition out of the league? Because a lot of times you see a player and they just, like, if you're not a superstar, like you're a superstar, you get a broadcasting gig.
Yeah.
Tony Romo goes right to the booth.
Yeah,
Chris Carter right to the booth. Randy
Yeah.
Moss right to the booth. Woodson right to the booth. But you say yourself, like, I was a superstar. So a lot of those dudes are become trainers or whatever. Like, what was it like knowing your career was ending and you got to go do something else?
Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to do. But while I was still playing, I went back to school. I went to like George Washington University. They had a like executive master's program that I did, and I got my executive master's in 2013, and I had retired in 2012. So, but I wanted to. I got it in business administration.
Okay.
So I wanted to like own a franchise or something like that, or whatever. But it was like I started seeing how time consuming it was, like how you got to be there, be hands on, and all that type of stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I can, have that amount of time when they were having 4 kids and like a huge family, man, and all that stuff. So I just started like investing in myself or whatever. So I started making these videos, and it was kind of like a dare. Because one of my teammates was like, dude, you're so funny, dude. Like, and a lot of people don't know that you are.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you should get on Twitter and like all this other type of stuff, man, and just like make videos and stuff. Like, I've seen some videos before. It's like, you can do some of the same stuff.
Yeah.
So I did it, and then I made it, and I showed it to him. I was like, dog, you think I should put this on YouTube? He was like, yes, like now.
Yeah.
And when I did it, it's like it got like everybody liked it or whatever. So
it was
like,
so funny, man.
Yeah, man. And ever since then, it's just like. It was a form of entertainment for me. So it was like it took me back to when I was 4 years old, when
Trying
I
to
was
get people to stay
trying to get people to come back over.
Just stay watch the whole
I was-
video. Come on.
So
This
I've
be
always
funny.
been in some type of entertainment realm because football is a form of entertainment. So
Yeah.
and then I didn't have that when I was done. So it was like for me, I was like back in my element.
Right.
Like, and I was passionate about it. And my wife understood that too. And she was like, after so long, like you would see her with the camera, like, oh no, do it this way.
Oh,
I think
word?
that'll
Does
be
she shoot
funnier."
a lot of your videos?
Some of them she do, yeah, but most of them I have it like up on a tripod or something like
Just
that.
out there by yourself.
And I do some stuff like with editing and stuff. Like
I want to
that.
know why you have so many old man clothes.
You have a lot of them.
Because it's not just
And you're not
one
old like
outfit.
that.
You have the shoes. I mean, is it because you're investing in these characters? Because you have.
Well, now I went out and started purchasing some of this stuff, but
Okay.
early on it was like some of the stuff that I had, like Delroy Preston, like my homeboy had to walk it. So I started like going like in the back of my closet, getting all this stuff, like hiking my pants up and putting like some of these old school shoes I had on that I thought were cool at the time. Like if you look at LeBron's draft outfit or
man.
Carmelo,
The
or
baggy
even
suit?
Tracy McGrady.
Oh, man.
His suit was terrible.
Yeah,
so like
they were
all that
super
stuff
baggy.
like I kept.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, man, I can make a character out of some of this stuff, man. And I never threw it away.
All right.
You said that you're married. How long have you been married?
It'll be 13 years next month.
Okay, so being a professional athlete, making tons of money, and being famous, how was it ever difficult to remain faithful? I know there had to be a bunch of women all the time throwing themselves at you. Was that a difficult thing to accomplish?
I mean, look at me. Of course. I tell people to stop tagging me in like all the Idris Elba.
You big Idris Elba.
Stop tagging me.
Enough.
Stop tagging me. That man don't look
He was
like
on
me.
the People's Sexiest People magazine.
Oh man, cut it. But yeah, I've never that's not really one of the things that I struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm just like a loyal dude. Like I've seen all my cousins and like everybody in my family like cheat on their girlfriends and cheat on their wives. So
Right.
I see like what not to do like growing up. So I was just like, I don't want to create all of that drama in my life. Like I'm a man, like I want peace in my home. So I don't get off into all of that other type of stuff. Like I struggle in other areas, but like being faithful is not one of the things that I struggle with. So I never really had that issue. I mean, and it can be tough. Like don't get me wrong, I'm still human, but my conscience, I could not live with myself if I cheated. Like even then, like on my girlfriend, who's now my wife. Like if I cheated on her when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, like I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
How long were y'all together of your career?
Well, we've known each other since I was 14.
Oh, so since you started playing football, that's when you started at 14.
Yeah. So our parents like hooked us up.
Yeah, arranged marriage.
Because our parents, they're best friends.
Really?
Yeah. So like.
So she's like your play cousin. Cause you know, not in like a bad way, but you know, like this is your cousin.
Well,
that's
like
just my mom's friend.
Like,
Cousins.
It was like
You ain't playing no more?
I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship at the time, and we was like struggling. Come on, kid. So I'm trying to tell you a story.
Listen, don't play funny, man. Oh, we play cousins, all right. We play with you. We play with each other. We play in the house. And we've been married for 12 years. Okay.
But yeah, dog. Dang, I lost track.
You were in a relationship.
Yeah, I was in a relationship prior, and they was like struggling, or whatever. And my mom knew it like wasn't gonna last, so she was like, "I want to hook you up with one of my friends' daughters." And I'm like going out with one of your no, I'm not doing no favors. Like, no, like I already see where this is going. Right. She told me who it was.
Hold on. Set it up.
I'm gonna get the Coogi sweater, the Coogi hat, multiple jukes. Multiple jukes, man. I was like, yeah, let's do this, man. But like I've never really pressed the issue when we were in high school because I played football with her brothers, and I was like, that's gonna be awkward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They keep trying to run me over.
Directly, like this is her brother right here playing center. I play guard, so like I'm directly next to him, so I can't be like, yeah, I'm gonna take your ass.
Last night you said, never mind.
Like it is going down tonight with your sister, straight up. Like, so it just would have been awkward.
Yeah.
I ain't want to ruin our relationship because we gotta block together. Like I'm trying to scholarship.
We trying to make it to the league.
I got
play
plans,
offense in high
bro.
school?
I play offense and defense.
Oh, okay.
Defensive line. So
Let me ask you this. This is the biggest thing. I have to hear your opinion on this. I'm just asking in the most straightforward way I can. Why doesn't Cap have a job in the league in 2019 in February?
people scared. They scared of the backlash.
That's
And
nice.
It's just so.
Bro, it's a money thing. The teams do not want to deal with no backlash, no drama.
And they don't want to lose no money.
They don't want to lose
So
no
if they
money.
sign Cap, they like, oh man, and people gonna be down our throats or whatever. It's almost like if you wear like a full length fur, like Peter's gonna be like, oh, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think that teams are scared. They scared of the backlash or whatever, and nobody really want to step out on faith and say, let's give this man a job because this is a guy who played in the Super Bowl and can help our team win. But at the same time, I don't want these reporters at my door, and I don't want these fans not buying these tickets and buying this merchandise.
And you know what else it is? And I just thought about this. There's no black owners.
There's not.
There's not a lot of black general. There's some black general managers, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So there's nobody who's like, look, like okay,
Taking
so
it, right.
Jackie Robinson, the dude who brought Jackie Robinson, can't think of what was his name?
I
Dixon.
can't remember. movie.
Oh my God, right? It's gonna
I
drive me
just saw
crazy.
the movie too.
But the white dude was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'ma just deal with it. You could be mad at me. I don't care.
And it ain't no owners like that.
And there ain't no owners who are in it. The owners, it's a good old boy club. First of all, you got to be almost a billionaire to own an NFL team. You got to have like $300 million liquid cash.
Yeah.
So you know that people are gonna be there, and there's no people. There's no people who are gonna be like, I don't care. I'm the owner, because you got to have owner, general manager, head coach alignment to be able to do that. Yeah. And the NFL doesn't have there's no team that has a black owner at all. So there's no team that's going to have a black owner, black general manager, black quarterback who are going to be like, see, we're all going to deal with this.
Closest we got right now is Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome, he's the Ravens, GM, right?
But I think the Ravens, they were looking at Cap.
They were, but they were like,
remember,
they were just looking at him, and people were like, we will boycott, people were like, we'll boycott the Ravens. Forget about police brutality.
It's football, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, people are still going to watch, man. You know
Bro, we were talking to a fan who was a 49er
like
fan.
Everybody who was like all up in arms about Nike.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you them same people that was saying that they post the got 'em when they get the Jordans. Like same people, man. Like
and
ain't nobody even talking about that right now.
Bro, I totally forgot about that.
You boycotted it for what, 2 days? Like,
yeah.
Now you back on it.
But how does this happen? And this is the thing that confuses me, and it's starting to be one of the reasons why I'm starting to distance myself a little bit from the NFL. You say that the owners don't want to take a chance on Cap because they don't want to deal with the backlash, all those different things. Then you have a situation like Kareem Hunt, where he is on videotape assaulting a woman. He gets signed by the Browns.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let Spike talk, but I'm gonna tell you how I Spike's thing.
Okay.
Kareem Hunt is fast and young.
Colin Kaepernick was in the Super Bowl.
No.
Okay.
That's 1 and 2. Fast and young. And they know that the backlash for violence against women is not the backlash for Colin Kaepernick.
And that is sad.
That's the bottom line.
That's the world we live in.
Yes.
Have you seen
People don't care about women.
I've seen our president.
That happened before he got elected.
It's been
audio.
Really? It's just everything is out in the light right now.
Absolutely.
Everything's out in the light, man. Everything is.
The Browns looked at that and they said, you know what? We're gonna get backlash.
And they got Nick Chubb already.
Yes.
Like it was a great running back.
Yeah.
Going to be a great.
They're like, we're gonna get backlash, but not enough not to. They weighed that option. The Kaepernick backlash, they were like, that's too much weight to do.
That's very. Does it speak more to society or is it an NFL
Here's
thing?
the thing. Both. You gotta. It's a society and it's capitalism. The NFL. I'm gonna give you another example. People don't make comic book movies because they like them. They make comic book movies 3 times a year because they are selling like crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hollywood is not a movie business. It's a business that uses movies as a vehicle. So if y'all tell me, bro, Black Panther making $700 million and Avengers $1 billion, like, bro, Robert Downey Jr. had something and they got 3 more Avengers movies coming out. They're gonna be like, I understand all that, but you talking about $1 billion 3 times? He gonna be in that movie. Right. So it's not just the NFL. There's a lot of... Look at Hollywood. Look at what Harvey Weinstein was doing. Yeah. Everybody knew about that. But everybody in Hollywood, not us.
Right.
Woody Allen, like, this is not only to the NFL. It's because what you bring outweighs the backlash. Now that the Me Too movement is a thing, now the Harvey Weinstein backlash is too strong. Now it's too much. But in the 90s, bro, don't nobody care. Yeah. I'm sorry, Spice.
No, man. You're absolutely right, dude. You're absolutely right. NFL is just like...
It's a business.
It's just like anything else that's been going on out in society, man. It's the same thing, bro.
It is a crooked business, but every business is. Apple, it cost Apple $13 to make that iPhone in China. Where people work 17, 18 hours, child labor, all that.
They charge us $11.
And they charge
I don't want to tell you what I just paid for the new one.
$100. That's crazy. And we don't care about that. We don't care. Jordans cost $3. My dad was stationed in Korea. He was like, do you know it costs like, I bought some Jordans for $3. Wow. These Jordans that you're going for 2 on it in America, $3. But I can't get them for the 3.
So I would still be trying to negotiate that. Like, 3? 3? I got 1 right here, bro.
Let me get it for $2. So before we let you go, Spice, I want to talk about your future. Because to me, it's like you're just getting started.
It's bright.
Yeah, man.
Like I think you could have a Spice Adams show. You could have podcast. You could be in somebody's show.
Buddy movie with Tony Baker.
Buddy movie with Tony Baker.
No, we talking about that.
I want to write it.
Talking about
I
that.
want to
we
write
talking
it.
about like a buddy cop.
Nobody wants to write everybody's everything.
I'm gonna write it.
But I'd be in.
I'd watch it.
I'd produce a Spice and Tony buddy
I
cop
would
movie.
absolutely want to see that.
I'm down, bro.
So what about your future most excites you?
The fact that I don't know what I'm gonna do is exciting to me.
Really?
I love that.
Usually
I love that
makes
answer.
people fearful.
I love that answer.
Nah, bro. Like, I had a conversation with Strahan, and
Michael
he was
Strahan.
saying, I had a conversation with him, man, and he was like, what's a lane? He was like, you create your own lanes. He was like, we don't have like a blueprint in the line of work that we do. Like, being a retired athlete and going into the realm of entertainment. He was like, you just kind of just make your own lane, dude. And he was like, that's what's so special about you.
Yeah.
And he was like, I had this conversation with him before I even started doing it. I was still playing.
A word?
Like, we were at an event together, and he was like, man, I see something in you, bro, that you can do on the entertainment side or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, you just have it.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is. And he was like, you don't necessarily have to do something that like you're really trying hard. He was just like, just your conversations alone is just like in your mannerisms and like the way you make your facial expressions. He was like, that's funny. And he was like, you can do that. And he was like, it's just all about creating your own lane. So I'm excited for my future, and even though I don't know like what's gonna happen even next year, you know what I mean. But I just know it's something special is gonna happen. Like, I just got to keep going. It's just like anything else. Like, you keep working hard in football. At some point in time, you make the Pro Bowl,
right?
You become All Pro, and then you can play the Super Bowl if you're lucky enough. So I just try to put that same type of spin on my life. And just keep working hard and keep grinding and, put my nose to the ground and just meeting good people. Like,
man.
Man.
So if y'all don't follow
Righteous
Spice,
and Ratchet.
Yeah.
Righteous and Ratchet, ask up. It's a smorgasbord podcast right now. But if you don't follow Spice, you should. He has Spice sampled, which is hilarious. He has Coach Dun Dun. He has Cream Bigums. He has just Spice.
In a video game.
In a video,
NBA Live, right?
NBA Live.
I think it's crazy.
He has Spice Laugh when you get the fresh haircut. And everybody loves you.
It's relatable.
I
like,
find
everybody do that. When
no,
they get their haircut,
no,
they
Spice,
in the mirror,
no.
Like,
Oh, that is relatable.
That's very
I was about to say, because cigarette flicking competition is not relatable. That is just hilarious. But the laugh when you get the haircut is absolutely. And that's the thing about Spice. Like, all your comedy's clean. There's people who I follow from church. They be in your comments. Athletes be in your comments. Celebrities be in your comments. You are everywhere.
Right.
It's crazy.
And nobody does nothing like you do.
Where did you get the nickname Spice?
Oh, man. How much time we got?
I just wanted to know where you got the nickname.
No, I'm like, how did we not think about To me, his name is Spice.
I know.
Who's Anthony Adams? This is Spice. How did we, an hour into the interview, we're like, where did
I was trying to ask it. I was like, I know you're wrapping up, but I didn't get the name.
I got it in high school. It was like 3 Anthonys on the team already. And they was like, we can't have another Anthony, dude. And I had these braids in my hair. They was like, got it. You look like Spice One.
Oh, Spice One is a great rapper from Oakland.
I know, but I don't look like it. I'm like, no, bro. I don't look like him. Like, I'm not doing that. And it got to the point where, about 1,000th time somebody called you Spice. It's like, what, man? What?
This is a reluctant nickname?
Yeah.
You just gave up?
Ain't most nicknames like that, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to go by
I'm
Steve,
that little
but
half dead, right? Half dead. I don't want to be half dead out here, man. So we would get in the stands, and we just run this play. Every time we run this play, we get like a huge chunk of yardage. We get a touchdown. So to alert me that I was pulling, that I had to go pull and block the end or turn up and block the linebacker, they would say Spice, the main ingredient. So
And you're
like,
mad with it.
cool.
Yeah.
Now when they added that, I like it. Now you put that main ingredient on it.
All right, I like that. I like where that's going. Let's keep that going. So
That's
Spice.
dope.
I like
it's
that.
just stuck, bro.
You got a great story, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
Just good energy.
I had a blast. So if you're not following, this is Doughboy. This is Spice Adams on all social media. I've been kept on stage. This has been Ask a D Lineman from the NFL. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Give me some weight loss tips so I can get in shape, man.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm gonna do some
Spice
things.
tells you. That was great.
Spice One is a great rapper.
Yeah.
187 Proof was one of the
I
first
like
songs I
Sparks.
ever learned by heart.
187 Pure, like
Yeah.
all of that. Like, he had some hits.
Sure you got no heart?
I used to fool